you wanted to make profit off of your story of leaving the Amish, which is absolutely wrong. This is a spicy one. Spicy. Oh my gosh. Shall we dive in now? Okay, first of all, yes, I did write a book about my Amish story, and it took me almost 20 years after leaving before I was able to sit down and actually feel good about writing a book. And my whole reason for writing a book was not to write a book just to write a book. Plenty of people can write a book. But before I wrote my book, I knew for 6, 7, 8 years that I was supposed to write a book at some point, but it had to mean something much bigger than just about myself. It was about me writing my story to inspire others. So when you read this book, it's not just about me. It's not just about my story. It's about inspiring others to let others know that no matter where you are at in life, you can decide at any point in time that you want to make a change, and that you can make a change, and that you believe in yourself to make a change. So that's really what that is about. But to back it up to, I wanted to leave the Amish because I wanted to profit off of me telling my story about the Amish. This is honestly probably one of the most laughable things ever that has been said, because I wouldn't even have known what that was. Didn't even know what it meant to say, hey, yes, I want to leave and talk about my Amish story so that I can profit off of it and make a living off of it. Wouldn't even have known that there was such a thing. Nor did I want to talk about my Amish experience for the better of 15 years after leaving. Took me that long to get there, to be okay. But then the reason that I did decide to start talking about it and sharing my experience and showing the world that there are multiple ways that people live, is because I realized that my story is not my story to keep. My story is here to share with others in order to be inspired, to be encouraged, to want to make a change. And if I could do it, anybody could do it. So if you think for a split second that my reason for leaving the Amish community was because I wanted to leave and make a profit off of telling my story, well, y'all got your panties in a bunch there, because it's far from the truth. But carry on. You can think that if you want. But let me ask you this question. What about the many, many, many people in the world that don't come from the Amish, that share their story? They write their books, and they write it in such a way to encourage other people, to motivate other people, to teach other people how they too can do that. What about them? Is that wrong as well? Like, have you ever picked up a book or listened to a video from someone sharing their story and you felt inspired? If nobody would ever share their stories to help and teach and motivate other people, what would be the purpose? What would be the purpose? That's a legitimate question. So that's my question to you guys. What would be the purpose if nobody would ever share their stories and or write books or teach other people?